Angela and Vadim, for one more thing. In addition to these bouquets, a gold leaf will be placed on our tree of life that says, with gratitude to Angela Yofi and Vadim Glusman for your kindness, generosity, and talent in the inaugural 2018 Raz Ebstein Cultural Arts Festival. Toda Rabah from our hearts. Thank you so much. And now we'd like you to please watch and listen to greetings from our head of school, Dr. Lena Kushner.
I'd like to welcome everyone to this wonderful event this evening, the Raz Ebstein Cultural Arts event. I'm so sorry that I am not there to this wonderful event this evening. But I will be watching live stream this evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of our students shortly. I want to just take a moment to remember my teacher, my dear friend, my colleague, Raz Ebstein. She is connected to every memory I have at Schechter as a student, every ceremony, every holiday. I am just one of thousands of students and teachers and parents who Raz impacted. And I am so happy that we are honoring her memory in this way. Bernie, I want to thank you and your whole family for allowing us to honor Raz in this way, for staying connected to the school through this event. Thank you so very much. I want to also thank Vadim and Angela for being with us this evening, for playing for our community. We are so blessed to have you in our midst. Thank you so much for your contributions. We really appreciate it. I want to wish our students Bahatzlacha, good luck. I know you're going to be absolutely wonderful this evening, and I look forward to watching you on live stream. And of course, I want to take an opportunity to thank the many teachers who were involved in making this evening happen. First, I'd like to thank Hallie Redman and Holly Rosenberg for co-chairing this event. Thank you for all of the time and energy and love that went into creating this evening. I'd like to thank Hallie as well for helping our students to create all of the art around the room. In addition, I want to thank Rena Rosen for supporting and teaching our dance troupe. I want to thank Arlene Rosenthal for her guidance in our choir. I want to thank Marcia Rosenson for her work with our band students. I'd like to thank Debbie Harris and Marcy Rubenstein for all of their support and help with our students in the digital art around the room. And I want to thank Irit Alkali for her work on Jewish Lens for our students. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
We are very grateful for the new and enhanced sound system in our gym, and we thank our parent organization for finally giving us some really great sound, so toda rabah. During lunch and recess, some of our students elect to dance and to sing to bring joy to our celebrations and our school-wide events. We will now welcome our Rakdanim dance troupe, who will be dancing these two dances, Lo Normali and Adama V'Shamayim. Rakdanim's faculty sponsor is Rena Rosen. from watching them. As you already gave them a loud round of applause, please, as they came off stage, now our 7th grade special that was a hip-hop rhythm group is coming on up. You're going to see something that's really spectacular. And they're getting their chairs, they're going to get on stage, and this is their stomp, clamp, clap routine. Stomp your feet and clap your hands for this great group. They created this themselves, and this is a wonderful representation of our older students. Roz believed that every voice was special and unique, and that singing opened up your soul. The Solomon Schechter Day School Choir was near and dear to Roz's heart, and so was her special friend and colleague, Arlene Rosenthal, our choir faculty sponsor. They played together, they planned together, and fell together, and now it's time for our choir to perform. They are going to be singing Down by the Riverside, Todah Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. So we want you to sing along, clap along, and enjoy these dedicated singers. It's okay. They need one more second. I'm not going to come up and sing, I can promise you that. But I do want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It's so wonderful to see so many fabulous players. You see some of the kids dance, and some of the kids sing, and some of them dance and sing. Oh, so they had to get their t-shirts on from the other dances. Okay, so now they're ready. So now, for the 3 songs that they're going to sing. Go ahead. Down by the Riverside. For your wonderful performance. Yeah, there's straight over there. So just grab yourself one. Your voices light up our hearts and fire our souls. We are missing some of our students today because there's colds and what I call the flaw. So a lot of kids are out today. We wish everyone a refuah shlema, and thank you, choir and Rakdanim, for your service to our school. It was a gift for us to share time and space with Roz. I miss her immensely every day. From Roz, we relearned many of life's important lessons. We learned to feel injustice as Roz argued the case for students, colleagues, parents, Keshet families, and many in the broader world. We learned about the power of music, not only for the children as they were engaged in singing and clapping or playing instruments, but the power of being part of something larger than themselves, of contributing to the community in a way that only practice and presence allows. We learned from Roz the power of the individual. Yes, Roz had such an immense positive impact on her communities. She knew and encouraged the power and importance of each emerging singer and musician. She was the master of building Jewish identity. And now I call upon one of her children, Bernie's and Roz's, one of their children, Rabbi David Ebstein, who will share some remarks.
On behalf of the Ebstein family, Stephen and Jill, Ellen and Neil, and Ethan, who is here, myself and Rena, we want to thank the Schechter community. We'd especially like to thank Tammy, Hallie, Holly, and Lena, Vadim, and Angela. Your playing was gorgeous. My mother would have loved this evening. She just would have loved it. Thank you so much. Music was at the center of the relationship of my parents. We sang at home together. They arranged musical ensembles with friends in our living room. They went to opera, and they went to the symphony together. Before my mom died, I was in one of my trips from Israel. I came, and we went to a concert, Chicago Symphony Orchestra. And before the concert began, someone was walking around giving out gifts to those who had held subscriptions. And they came over, they gave my parents a gift, and they had on the sheet of paper a list of how many years you had held your subscription. And at that point, it was 55. It's a lot. When I gave a eulogy at my mom's funeral, I made a mistake, and I skipped a page in my eulogy. As a rabbi, I thought I gave great eulogies. There's a lot you have to do, but I related well to death, I guess, and it was something that I did well. But at my own mother's funeral, I didn't do a perfect job. And the person that I left out was my father. My mother would say, my father is the real musician in the family. I don't think I ever agreed with that. But my father is an amazing and a wonderful person. And behind every great woman, there's a wonderful man. I'm grateful that you're all here tonight, people who loved my mom, fellow teachers who labored in the vineyards with her, people who sang with her, people who celebrated her life with her. Families are here who have connections with my mom all the way back from the University of Chicago up to here at Schechter. Some of you were privileged to sit at our Shabbat table or our Sidarim together and watch my mother in her element, feeding people's stomachs and their souls. And some of you benefited from her premier dish, toffee squares. She contributed so much to the life of so many. Stephen and Ellen and I are so proud of what she was able to do. She was able to devote enormous energy to the goal of increasing the engagement of Jews into Yiddishkeit, particularly children, with Jewish music and its message. Through her inspired teaching, she was able to motivate people to have a stronger sense of Jewish identity. How impressive was my mother? Well, let me tell you. A few months ago, I received an email from my niece, Sarah Ebstein. She said she was having dinner, Shabbat dinner, with a young man by the name of Jake Bennett, who was teaching Purim songs. And she said, "Where did you learn those songs?" And Jake said, "Of course, from my music teacher, Mrs. Ebstein." And Sarah was so proud to say that that's my savta. And then, in that same email, there was another message, a letter in the foreword, written by a rabbi. Early in his life, he had contemplated intermarriage. And he writes this personal anecdote. He's going to a movie. He's sitting there with his non-Jewish girlfriend. It's called Europa, Europa. Sally survives, and at the end, we see the real Sally Perel. As an older man singing, Hinei Matovu Manayim. How good is it for brothers to be together? As the camera moves back from a tight shot of his face, we see the beige of the Judean hills in the background and realize that he is in Eretz Yisrael. My throat felt hot. My chest gave way. I heave-sobbed. He was singing the song Mrs. Ebstein taught us in second grade. He was standing in the place I first discovered as a teenager on a summer trip, and it goes on and on. What is the message for the Schechter community? No, Mrs. Ebstein could not prevent intermarriage. But she could get people excited about Yiddishkeit. She understood that music was a key to a person's soul. The Piacenza teaches us in B'nai Machshava Tova the following. Chi hanigun hu rak min gilui hanefesh v'hargeshoteha. V'hargeshotav shel tsar v'shel simcha v'od yoter b'kolo. Music is merely a type of revelation of the soul and its feelings. The soul manifests itself in the words, and even more than that, in his voice. My mother's brilliance was that she could allow people to give way to their voice, to find their singing voice, to find their Jewish voice. The Piacenza continues and says something very interesting. ואז מעצמך תרגיש שנפשך יוצאת ברננה. אם מתחילה הייתה אתה המנגן לפני נפשך לעוררה מתרדמתה. מעט מעט תרגיש שנפשך התחילה כבר לנגן בעצמה. Although at first you are the singer attempting to arouse your soul from its slumber, little by little you will feel that your soul has already begun to sing on its own. And that's what my mother loved to do. She loved to get people to sing. She loved to get them to enjoy singing. She loved to get them enjoy Yiddishkeit. We read in the book of Mishlei, Chanoch lana'ar al pi darko, gam ki yaskin lo yasur mimena. Educate your child according to his or her way. And then when he or she gets older, it will never depart from them. If you ever spent time with anyone suffering from dementia, the last thing that goes is their ability to sing, their ability to express their soul through song. That was my mother's gift. She loved giving it here at Schechter. And thank you so much for organizing this wonderful evening. Toda rabah.
Thank you, David, for your wise words, which trigger so many outstanding memories of your mom. She was a tremendous teacher, a creative colleague, and a fabulous friend. We thank the outstanding team who put this evening together. I will only mention the departments, not any of their names, to save time. There were so many involved in all aspects. So all aspects of the administration team, B'Teavon Catering, communications, development, fabulous faculty and staff, finance, maintenance, parent volunteers, super specialist team, technology for the live streaming, thanks Ben, and the slides, Debbie, and thanks to everyone else from A to Z for doing what you did. And now there's the one more little part, the most important part of the program also. It's time to explore, as we will move this curtain away, our fine arts show. You're going to see works by our third graders, our art club, the students from the photography, from the Jewish Lens, and from our innovation studio. And of course, there's refreshments. What Jewish event doesn't have refreshments? So stick around, visit with old friends, reconnect, introduce yourself to new people. There's lots of new people around, new additions to Schechter. Later, drive home safely, stay warm, and take great care. Laila Tov, we love you. Thank you so much for coming this evening.